Good morning, class. Hope you're all ready to learn today. We're going to have hopefully a thought-invoking lesson. So first of all, could you get out a sheet of paper and a pencil and do the bell work for me? Whenever you're finished with that, please put your pencil down. Okay, looks like everyone's finished. So first of all, let's go over the objectives for today. Number one is formulate a list of factors that assess plant health. Number two is formulate a situation for an example plant to be assessed by another student. And then the last one is decide on a conclusion for that example plant and whether it is in good health or bad health. Okay, so as we did the bell work, as I saw everybody writing diligently to do it, let's answer this first question. Have you ever had a plant that has become unhealthy? If so, please describe your experience and where it took place. So has anybody had an experience with an unhealthy plant? Caleb, how about you?
No.
No? What do you mean no? You don't have any plants in your house?
Nope.
Your mom doesn't have any plants?
Nope.
Really? You don't have a garden?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. I mean, maybe we'll have to get you to do an SAE or something with some plants. You can grow that and have some experience. How about anybody else? Because I know we have some farmers in here and some people who like to grow gardens. What you got?
We had a fungal problem in the growth chambers in ASI.
Oh, really? Oh, what kind of plants are they?
Honeydew and melons.
Oh, really? Wow. That sounds like it could get real serious.
Yeah.
Okay, how about one of you two?
I had a plant in my window and then it fell out the window and lost some dirt.
It fell out the window. What'd you do? Did you push it off?
No, I thought someone stole it and then I saw it. It tried to escape.
I guess that's why not an unhealthy plant, but yeah, that's a reason that it could be hurt and in the future after losing some of that soil could have died. All right, so that's pretty good. And then the second question, why do you think it might be important to know if plants are healthy or not? Gene.
To make sure you're getting the best yield that you can out of your plant.
The best yield? Okay, so if you were if you were a big crop production, like if you had a lot of acres and you want to know if your plants are healthy so you can get the best yield. How about on a smaller scale? Caleb, since you don't have any plants, what do you think?
That's what I said. So that they grow really well and produce flowers or crop or whatever they're supposed to be doing.
They look pretty with those flowers in your windowsill? Okay.
Well, the orange.
I know, but I'm saying that you can put them in your windowsill. That's the whole point. All right, so that was very good. Thank you for answering those. I would like you to keep that paper, and I would like everybody to come up to the front of the table.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, bring your pencil and paper. Thank you, Bob, for clarifying that. It's okay. All right, so everybody step on a piece of paper. All right, got a wise guy up here, okay? All right. Okay, so there's different plants here that we have, and I would like you to first describe these plants, or look at them and describe them, and then talk about what you think may be wrong with them, and also describe the appearance and compare descriptions. Like once you get to the second or third one, once you just compare them from the first couple that you've done, and then see if they're healthy or not, or why you think they would be healthy or not. Give you maybe 30, 40 seconds to do each one. Make sure you put if the plant's healthy or not. Alright, so we're gonna move in a clockwise motion. Clockwise, there we go, it's clockwise. Think about what kind of plant it might be and where you might actually have this plant. Okay, and if you're ready to switch, we'll switch. Okay, getting to the last one now. We'll put that down, that's a characteristic. That's whatever you think, that's why we have different pictures. So once you're all finished, you can head back to your seat. Take your time if you're not finished. Alright, so hopefully we can run through these plants rather quickly, and we'll go over maybe a couple things you wrote down. How about for this first one? Tyler, what is one thing you might have wrote down for this one?
It's wilting.
It's wilting?
Yeah.
So what's that mean?
It's like shriveled up and droopy.
And the leaves, you can tell, right? The leaves are all down, there's none that look very healthy. Val, what'd you say? Was this plant healthy or not?
Is that 8?
Yes.
No, it's not healthy, it has mites.
Alright, good. Okay, Caleb, what about this one?
That is not a healthy plant.
Not a healthy plant? Why not?
Because it looks like it's dead.
Okay, and I mean, did you write anything that maybe could have killed it, or?
I just said it looks like it needed water. I have no idea what else.
That's a pretty good
It
conclusion.
just looks like it needs to be watered.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good hypothesis that you could test in an experiment, so that's a good observation. Alright, how about this one, which is number 7? How about Gene?
If it's alive, then it's healthy, but it looks fake.
It looks fake. Okay. And that was the point. Good observations, I like that. It's too green, almost too green, right? Okay. And then this last one. Anybody wanna mention that?
It needs more space when it's dry.
It needs more space. That's a really good observation too. You can. How about the different colorations? What do you notice about that? Anything? I mean, it looks like there's more than one color there. I mean, you got some brown and some green. So, like Gene said, maybe it needs more space, or maybe it's actually dying right now. It could be trying to survive. Okay. So, can anybody tell me why I had you look at all these four different plants? Anybody? Val, what did you think?
So that we can kind of pick out what a healthy plant should look like or what they shouldn't look like?
Okay, yeah, and yeah, that's a good answer. And anything else? Anybody want to add to that?
Factors that assist plant health.
Oh,
Objectives today.
Hey, that's why we go with objectives. Exactly, Gene. These different pictures, they give you a good representation of differences that plants, like healthy plants and non-healthy plants could have. So that's a good job. All right. So the first thing that, after we talk a little bit about plant health, I want to talk about why it's important, because in this class, hopefully everything we do has to be important or has, some reason why we do it. So let's think about, why is this important? All right. brainstorm some ideas here. I want to hear at least one idea from everyone. So why is it important that we need to know how to assess plant health?
Keep them healthy.
To keep them healthy? Okay. How about a little more in depth there, Gene? Tell me more. Let me come back to you, I will.
Know what like kind of pesticides or herbicides to give them.
Okay. So pesticide use. Pesticide application. Okay, that's pretty good. Somebody else? Okay, look like you're engaged.
Different problems will show different ways. So we need to understand to look for different problems so we can figure out why, like what's making the plant not healthy.
So you're saying like different problems will require different steps to manage it, correct? Okay. Alright, different techniques. Tyler.
Because then other plants could get sick too, if there's a disease or something.
Yes, if you have a disease, so tell me a little bit more, like what you were talking about, that's right, but give me an example.
Like some type of blight or something could like spread.
So spreading of diseases. So in essence, pretty much you can lose, if one of your patches of crop starts to get bad, you want to cut that off right at the head right there so it doesn't spread to the rest of them and kill all of them, right?
Right.
And then about one more.
So just go back to like yield.
Yield, exactly, I mean, you can't have a good yield if you don't have good crop health, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So those are some really good reasons why we need to assess plant health, and if you ever want to have a job, you know, as a farmer or, you know, any kind of production agriculture, you need to know how to assess different situations so you can have the right techniques and produce the most amount of revenue or whatever it is. So my friend, actually it's my neighbor, Mr. Marva, has a large crop production farm. And he's growing these crops, and actually in the back corner of his field, he's found this little patch of crops that are they seem like they're starting to become unhealthy. He's not very sure what they are, and he asked me to see if I could help out with him. And so I told him I would, and first of all, I would want to talk about and list maybe some of the characteristics or like possibilities that the plants might have that you would think that they're unhealthy. So Caleb, would you come up for me and be my scribe? So what I would like to do is hopefully brainstorm a little bit more, and we could talk about maybe what we could see on the plants, especially since we already looked at some of these. What would be some characteristics that would let us know that these plants are unhealthy?
Mold.
What was it?
Mold.
Mold? That's a great one. How would you notice that mold? What's it look like? Like, you know any types of mold? Or what they look like?
Typically white.
White?
Sometimes be like fuzzy.
Okay, good description.
Aphids.
Aphids? Tyler, what do you think?
Brown.
So the color?
Yeah.
Color? How about a couple more?
So you're asking for like what the plant would look like?
Yeah, or ways that you could tell that it's unhealthy. So by, you know, like you already talked about appearance a little bit. What's the first one?
Height.
Height, exactly. That's a great one, Caleb. That's one of the more noticeable ones, actually, when you do look at different plants, depending on how old they are.
What about fruit producing? Like how many buds it had?
Mm-hmm. Great one, Bob. Alright, well, I'll add the last one then. One that most people don't really think about is the plant weight or the root mass. This is a little bit tougher to do, obviously, but if you take an actual plant that looks healthy and one that doesn't look healthy, you can measure the dry weights of both of them, and you can tell the difference and see if they are different. And then also the root mass, because most people don't look at the roots because they're in the ground, obviously. So if you take those out, you can see the health of the plant and the size of the roots depending on how healthy they are. So thank you, Caleb. Okay, so we discussed some of the characteristics that maybe Mr. Marva sees in his plants. We don't know that yet. So after we have some of these,